Okay. Hi. Hello. So what we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. This is an abacus. This is a counting tool. This counting tool helps me figure out how to visualize my numbers. So I want to visualize my numbers. Visualize my numbers. So what does that mean? Well, whenever the beads are touching this horizontal bar, that's what's considered counted. Hello, 24 gold. You are the first to be here, and I hope you're not a troll. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So when we're looking, what we're doing is we're looking at the abacus. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Anytime the beads are touching this horizontal bar, this is considered counted. So this is a 2-digit number, right? We have a 2-digit number. We're actually going to mimic this, right? Oh, hey, it's Abraham. Hello, Abraham. 24 gold. 24K gold. That sounds cool. That sounds good. How are you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yes, you are the first. You are one of 4. Hello, hello. Okay, so I will have to call you. I'll have to call you 24. Welcome. So we have the that one, right? 1 1 1. So this is 3 ones. So this is 3. The top beat is a value of 5, and then the top beat is a value of 5. So when we add the 5 here, this is now 8. 5 plus 3 is 8, and then this is 5. So we have our final answer is 58. That's what 58 looks like. Thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for liking the live. So we have our next number. We have our tens. So tens, the top beat is a value of 5, and then we have 4 ones. 1 1 1 1. These are 4 ones. I said, thank you. That's a lot of likes. Thank you so much, Abraham. Thank you so much. Yeah, it gets tiring to do all those likes. I'm gonna get an auto clicker. I just got one. I bought an auto clicker. So it's gonna help me. I'm gonna get an auto clicker. 1 and 2. So we're gonna look. Yeah, I'm gonna invest in an auto clicker. When I get an auto clicker, I'm gonna put it in my TikTok shop. And I'm going to be an affiliate for it because, oh my gosh, I can't believe those auto clicking. That really helps. Yeah, right? So I did. Oh, it's working. Yeah, you like it? How much did you get yours for? Oh my God, that is awesome. That is awesome. Free? That's really good. That's really good. How'd you get it for free? You know, my kids were like, you should try to use an auto clicker from the app store. And I'm like, I was going to, but then the problem was is you actually have to pay money for whatever. Oh, thank you. Hello, Shadow. I'm gonna give you like 10,000 likes. Do you have the physical auto clicker or do you have like an app auto clicker? Abraham. 24, you're so funny. Thank you, Shadow. Hello. Hello, Shadow. So what is our next number? Our next number is going to be 90 and then 2. We have the top beat is a value of 5 and we have the top and the bottom beats all are ones. 1 1 1 1. So we have 90 and then 2. 1 and a 2. So we're going to look at the tens and this is the ones. Well, how do you know? How do you know? Because if you look, I said that's crazy. So if you just leave it there, or do you have to press go all the time? Oh, you did it with an app? Oh, I see, I see, I see. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I was looking at the apps and I was like, how am I gonna do that? So if you look, there's a label right here. This label tells me this is the ones place. So when we're looking, I actually bought a physical auto clicker and I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. Cause yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I bought a physical one. So, okay, I leave it. No. Hello, Lola. Thank you so much for checking in, Lola. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Midnight math for everybody. Hello. So this is our ones place. We have our label right here. This is the ones place. And then we go over here. So we have our ones and our tens. So notice this is our ones and our tens. Our question is 90 and then 2. That's how we get. Good evening, Melinda. Good evening. This is a treat. This is the second day in the row. How has it been? You all right? I'm sure it was really, really busy. Oh, yeah. I'm working on my next book. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to do that right now. I got to tell you my next book. So, there's going to be 2. One of it is going to be a printed book. It's been good. A new way of getting number 1 gifter. Hello, Jess. 24 gold. Thank you, Lola, for leveling up. Okay, so it's going to start off with this one, right? This is going to be a dry erase. I was just kind of work out the whole thing. So this is going to be a dry erase. So it's going to be, you're going to be able to utilize the big fat markers. Right now, this is not, this is just a paper, but you're going to get the big fat markers. Hello, Jess. And so the idea here is to count, and I'm going to put like a cover page, right? My day's been pretty good. It's been alive, it's been a class, it's been alive, it's been hanging out with the family, and then now it's alive. It's been not bad. So the idea here is you have the 1 here, we're going to add the 1, and then we have the 2, and then you add 2, 1, and then add the 2. And then here you have to add the 3, write the formula. Your legs for me. That's almost like, what was that one meme? All your, what do you call it? Oh, what was it? All your something to me. Do you remember there was that meme and I remember somebody was laughing for it. It was like a YouTube, like, all your something to me or something. Yeah. It's been a really good day. I'm very appreciative of my days. Thank you, Jess. Oh, that's what it is. All your bases belong to me. Thank you, Cat Puppet Show. Yes. Yeah, that's what it is. All your bases belong to me. That's what it reminds me of. All your likes are all from me. So all your likes belong to me. Oh, okay. So, Melinda, so you want to add the 3. Adding the 3 means plus the 5 minus the 2 and write the answer. And then you're going to have to, write the answer over here. I'm going to give you a spot to write the answer. And then you want to add the 4. To add the 4 is plus the 5 minus the 10. Plus the 10 minus the 6. And so then my answer is 10. And then you add the 5, and then you add the 6. This is where you look at your likes. I know, right? This is crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, this is kind of cool. And so when you look, thank you, Abraham. So you go to like every 10, right? There's a 10 here, and this is a little cheat code, but this is for me to like make sure that it's correct. And so I'm going to have all the answers, and then you just have to like go all the way down. So you add the 13, add the 14, add the 15, and add the 16. It gets really crazy here. It gets really crazy when you add 47,053 plus 97, and you have to do all these like 2-step equations, and then you go all the way to 100. I think that's going to be kind of cool. And then this will be a dry erase, so just in case you mess up, you know what I mean? And I'll put the answer sheets in the back, so then you can always use that as an answer sheet. Yeah. So yeah, these are really cool. These are really cool. Hello, Marmalade. Yeah, you think so? You think so? I think it was a really good exercise. It's kind of like meditating, you know? And then it just keeps growing. So if you add 93 to 4371. So here, if I did 4, 5, 6, and then here, right? This is 0. And then I add 90. All I have to do is add the 96. So add the 96 to here. 90 and 6. 90 and 6. All I got to do is plus the 10 minus the 1. And then there's 0. So my final answer is... Oh, and then I got to add the 6. There you go. So my final answer is 4,656. Right? And then it gets really crazy right around here. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I can't wait to get my auto clicker. I was so upset. I actually bought an auto clicker and it was misplaced. And I'm like, so I was trying to get a refund and they're like, no, it was delivered. But I'm like, you delivered it to the wrong house. So I hope I get my new auto clicker. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing. So Melinda, this is going to be so helpful. Yeah, you think so? Yeah. So then this is going to be this one is the dry erase would only go from addition from 1 to 100. Then there's going to be addition. Hope for you too. We hope. And then this one's going to be addition 100 to 1. So that means you go add 100, add 99, add 98, and then it just breaks it down, right? And then we do it again. We do the subtraction. You go from 50-50 minus 1, 50-50 minus 1, and then minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and then you do the another. So this is my next book. And then you do it again. 50 for minus 100, minus 99, minus 98, minus 97. And then you're going to have to put in the formulas. And then there's going to be, in the book, is going to be a beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Is this for adults? I think it's going to be extra practice. This is going to be an extra practice book. This is going to be like a practice book. So I think I already figured out how to so there's going to be, one is a book, and then one is going to be a dry erase. So the dry erase is going to be the 1 to 100, and then if there's more people that want the others to be dry erase, then I'll make the others as dry erase. But I think the default one would be this one. You think so? I hope so. I mean, it was really fun for me. Wait, it's going to be 300 milliseconds. What if I put, oh my God, 1 millisecond. We're already at 8,000. That is hilarious. You're so funny, Abraham. I've been on since you started. Thank you so much. This helps me. This has? Oh, great. I'm so, thank you, Asti. It's so funny, Abraham. So that's what my plan is. That's the plan for the next book. So there's going to be a beginner, an intermediate, and a beginner, intermediate, and a advanced. Advanced meaning that there won't be any running total. You got to write the actual running total. And then the intermediate will be like, there'll be like half of it. And then the beginner will be like, maybe 2 will be missing. Yeah. Me and it's going to help take over the world.
Tuesday, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Yeah, you think so, Melinda? You like that? My ATO, my auto clicker. I'm waiting. I can't wait for my auto clicker. I'm excited. Yeah, you think so, Melinda? I think it's going to be interesting. This is not in replacement of the multiplication. I got to do the multiplication and my carpal tunnel. Oh my goodness. 10,000 likes. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much, Abraham. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Lost ASL. Yes, thank you. 10,000 likes at 13 people. Well done, everybody. Well done. You guys are hilarious. I want to multiply. I know. I want to do multiplication. We're going to break TikTok. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know. I finally figured out what I was going to do with it. So with the multiplication, this is what I was thinking. Most of it was for me. Yes, thank you, Abraham. Thank you, 24 gold. Thank you, Lola. Thank you so much. So yeah, the outline for I'm gonna make it just mazes. And then I was gonna break it up to like times table for 2, the 3, and the 4, and the 5. And then 6, and then 7, and then 8, and then 9. So that's what it's going to look like. But in between, it's got to have the plus 5, and it's got to have the plus 10, and it's got to have the two-step equation. So when we're looking at it, it would still be, that's what it would look like. So there would still be lesson pages. But I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So if I did 10 pages, if I did 5 mazes for each, maybe if I do 5 to 10 pages for each, mazes for each, that would be, I guess that would be the mixture. Yeah. And I think that's what's going to happen. So I wonder like how big these pages will be, because these will be lesson pages. Yeah, so now I'm just workshopping out my book. Okay, I copied it. I can talk while it's going though. I tried, but I'm no auto clicker. Melinda, okay, can I make that happen? Old-fashioned fingers for me. Oh my God, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm not going to go 10 times, 11 times, and 12 times. Because this is redundant. I will bring it into here when I do this. Maybe I will to have what do you think? Should I have a separate 10 times? I wonder. My heart can't take the ATO clicker. Hello 300. Thank you, Jess, so much for the roses. Thank you, Jess, for the roses. Oh, what happened to my... Hello. Where's my speakers? Where's my speakers? Oh, my goodness. All right, that's what I'm thinking. So, okay, so here's a question. You think I should add in the 10 times, 11 times, and 12 times? Because it's different? Thank you, 300. Math is cool. Math is cool. I do enjoy this. Yeah? Okay. Okay, I'll add it in. I just find it redundant. Okay, I will conform to the no, you shouldn't add them. But I think I need to conform to I think that would be different. Am I a math teacher? Limitless Alpha? Am I a math teacher? I'm an Abacus teacher. That's what I am. Wait. I think it should be different. So don't put it in. Really? Okay. That's interesting. Okay, because I was thinking wanted to do is I wanted to conform to mainstream. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. We're at 20 people. We're at 14,000. Thank you. Thank you, 24. What's my line of work right now? Right now is to promote my abacus and my abacusness and abacus to the world and convert everyone to the abacus. That's what my profession is right now. What was it before? I was a computer programmer. But I've been teaching abacus for 20 years. So this is not like a fly by night like I'm just going to do abacus. No, I've been teaching abacus for 20 years. So I'm just now no longer gatekeeping and I'm bringing it into the matrix. Yes, welcome. Welcome the matrix.
Welcome to the real world.
Yeah. And so right now I'm actually starting to make abacus more mainstream. And so the idea is because abacus is really just fundamentals and I think it's a lot easier than the mainstream math. And if you understood abacus, I don't think you really need to worry about common core because abacus is common core. You can visualize your numbers and everything. Thank you 300 for the rose. Thank you Jess for all of the roses. Thank you. Okay, so don't put it in. All right. But the thing is it's going to be inside here anyways. It's not like it's going to have it. That's what it is. It's not going to be separated. It's going to be incorporated already in here. So that's what it is. Thank you, Lola. Thank you, Jess. Thank you so much for the roses and the gifts. Thank you so much. We're going to continue on. We have 15 people. I don't know what you guys want to do. What shall we do? We're going to continue on with figuring out what the abacus is. Then keep it simple. All right. Okay, because you just want the book out. Thank you so much for the donut, Lola. Thank you so much for the donut. Oh, okay. All right. I will. I will see what I can do to publish it out. It's gonna the simplest thing is that I can make it into a maze because the maze is the quickest thing to do. I just got to curate all those questions. That's what the problem is. I have to curate all those questions. No, it is because it is different to be. It's okay to be different. Oh, I see. Thank you, Lola, for the friendship. And the TikTok and the donut. And thank you, Jess, for the roses. And you guys are awesome. Hello, Michael. Welcome, Michael.
Welcome to the real world.
Look at all the likes once in a while to see how much is going up. I know, I see it. It's at 16 right now. I'm hyped up. Everyone is also giving gifts. I know, you guys are really awesome. Thank you so much. I don't feel like I'm providing anything, but thank you. I do appreciate all the gifts. You guys are really awesome. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's just You guys are so fun, and it's only been 20 minutes. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I think okay. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to whip them up together, and I maybe hopefully I'll be able to print it out. Because once I get it published, it'll take about a few days to get it approved, and once I get it approved, and then I can start doing that. Okay. Ah, thank you, Melinda. I don't know. I feel very. I don't know. I always feel kind of strange when I start making a new book, even though this is going to be my 15th book. So I'm going to stop and turn off my phone before it crashes. Bye. Okay, see you later, Abraham. Thank you so much, 24 Gold. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. New book, yeah. I got you. I know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abraham. Yeah, I was just talking about in my head like how I was going to outline the multiplication book. So I was thinking about some of the things that would need to happen. So here was a question for Michael: is should I be, because I'm only going to go up to 9 times, but then I was like, I don't think I want to add the 10 times, 11 times, and the 12 times as a separate thing. You didn't break you didn't break TikTok. You almost broke your phone. So that's what I was thinking. I was not going to do the 10 times or the 11 times or the 12 times. I was going to keep it the 9 times. And I was just getting support and just like kind of brainstorming of like how I was going to format this. That was what it is. All right. So, you still don't understand? That's okay. Real tweets. When we're looking at it, the top bead, or anytime the beads are touching the horizontal bar, right? Thank you so much. Brainstorming is good. Thank you, Jess, for checking in. So here, just to go back on the abacus itself, whenever the beads are touching the horizontal bar, this is the horizontal bar. All right, does that make sense? Real tweets. So when this is the horizontal bar, what we're gonna do is we're gonna understand that this is 2. So we have 1 and we have 2. Thank you, Lola. Yes, it is 92. How do we get 92? This is 2, and then this is 9. The top bead is the value of 5. The 4 bottom beads 1, 1, 1, 1. So here is 90. Excuse me, and 2. Okay. Does that, and then, yeah. Okay, there we go. Yes, thank you. So 90 and 2. So when we're looking at it, we have every column is a place value. This is our ones place. Hello, try your best. Hello. Welcome. So then, right. And so then we have our ones, our tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. And when we're looking, right, none of these beads are touching the horizontal bar, so this is not considered counted. So we have, thank you so much for checking in. Try your best. Thank you so much for checking in. And so when we're looking, this is 0, right? Thank you. Try your best for the roses. So we have 92 on the abacus. That's what 92 looks like. And then we have our next number. We have our tens and our ones. So the last 2 are just decimals. Exactly. The last 2s are just the decimals. So when we're looking, I'm trying to find my paper. Here it is. Thank you, Lola. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So, no, that's not going to work. When we're looking, the last 2 is a decimal. So here we go. If this is 3,456, right? And if I wanted to do this, right, we want to do 73,456 point. There's the decimal right here. Then it would be 20 and then 5. Does that make sense, 300? I'm going to stay on the live, but back to drawing. Okay. Cool. Thank you, Jess. Can't stay long. Want to say hi. Thank you for teaching everyone about Abacus. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. Try your best. William. Oh, yeah, Will. Yes. Makes total sense. Okay, good. Yeah, because every bead is calculated. Every bead has a place value. So when we're looking, we have our ones, our tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. So then that makes these 2 here our decimals. So we have our decimal sits between our ones and our tenths, and then this is the tenths, and then this is the hundreds. So then we have this number over here, and that's what it is. It would be a whole row. Be back in the hour. Are you going to go see Robert, or are you going to go see Audrey?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
So we have 55,500, that's the 500, 55.55, right? We can have a whole row of sixes. That would be a whole row of sixes. We can have a whole row of eights. This would be the whole row of eights. And then we have a whole row of nines. A whole row of nines. What would that look like?
99 problems, but a ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me.
Does that make sense? So when we're looking, this would be 99,000. That's at 99. 999.99. That's what that would look like. So that's what 999. This is the highest number you can have on this specific abacus, because this abacus only goes up to 10,000. So you might be wondering, okay, well, if I have this as 9, then what's 10? Remember, 10, Audrey is asleep. Robert, it does midnight math till about 2 a.m. Eastern, but only during the week. Oh, interesting. I know he's on right now because I was just on it. And he's getting a fair amount of people for as quickly as he did. I'm really surprised. I didn't get as many people as he did in my beginnings. It took me a while to get to even here. Yeah. And so we have 9, and then after 9 is 10. 10 is a 1 and a 0. 10 is still a 2-digit number. So if it's a 2-digit number, then you just need to use the other side. Yeah, he is. Okay. Yes, he is. I just saw him on live. See you later, Michael. So we have our 10, this is 1, and this is 0. So when we're looking, right, this is 9. 9 is still a single digit. After 9, 10. 10 is a double digit. Same thing with 11. 11 is 1 and 1. We have 12, 1 and 2. This is 13, and this is 14. 14, 1 and 4, and then 15, 1 and 5. That's what 15 is. So again, this is what a 2-digit number is. We can do 20, right? 2 and a 0. Don't forget the 0 at the end. The 0 at the end is still a placeholder, right? Just like in our paycheck, we want to have more zeros at the back of our paycheck. So don't forget the 0 in the back. So even if I did this, this would be 200, 200. And then if I did this, this would be 2,000, 2000, 2,000. 2,000 would be here. Look at the dot right here. This is a label to tell us this is the thousands. So we have our ones and we have our thousands. And that's what that would look like. You know, though, if you wanted to, you could actually use this to be your ones place. So then you would move everything over. It would be like that. And then that would just be 2, right? So it would be 2 and then 3 and then 4. Just like our Roman numerals. We have 1 on the one on the Roman numerals. We have 2. We have 3. We have 4. We have 5. That's 4. This is 5. 5 is the top bead. And then we have 6. 5. And then 6. 6 is 5 plus 1. 7 is 5 plus 2. 8 is 5 plus 3. And then 9 is 5 plus 4. 10 is still 1 and 0. So again, this is now a 2-digit number, a 1 and a 0. We can actually make a really, really small decimal place. We could do 0.00001. And so we have a really, really small number. Make sense? So then when we're looking, what else? So that's why I would either choose this one or I choose this one. If I go back to this one like a Pokemon.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
I would use this one as my ones place, and then I would do that. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be like our tally marks, right? So we have our 1, 2 tally marks, 3 tally marks, 4 tally marks. And then we have 5 tally marks, and then 6, 5 plus 1 is 6, and then 7, 5 plus 2 is 7, and then we have 8, 5, right? The slash is a 5, and then plus the 3 is 8, and then 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. So that's the tally marks. And then 10 would be, again, 1 and a 0. Hello, Jeremiah. Thank you so much for checking in. I know, 20,000 likes. Yes, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Woo, woo, woo. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What kind of party? What is this? Rubber mask. Nope. There we go. There we go. What do you think of them apples? No, I don't like that. How about this one? Stream pet. Oh, that's right. What if I did this one? No. How about that one? This is funny. That one's boring. How about... Oh, you know what? I'm going to do the dance again. Let's go do a dance. Where's the dance? Here. No, how about this one? How about a winter goat? This one's boring. I don't know who would use this one. That's really boring. How about a street performer? There we go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the 20,000. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But my street performers don't have faces. It's interesting. Okay. And they don't move their hands, which is, oh, hey, there we go. I didn't know that. That's funny. No? Nope. No. I gotta keep moving. Okay, I'm done. But thank you, everybody. Thank you. There. This will be good. Festive. Very, very festive. Okay, so we're gonna continue on. So we had 14. And then we're gonna continue on. We have our next number. And what we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. After we learn how to read the abacus, we'll go into understanding how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And so we have our next number. We have this number. What number is this? So, hello, Dalton. We have our next number. We have all the bottom means a value of 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Because there's 4 of them, this is 4. Because we have 2 of them, this is the 1s and the 10s, this is actually 44. So that's what 44 is, and then we have our next number. Well, because we know our 10s and our 1s, the top beat is a value of 5. Because we have the top beat as a value of 5, and then we have the 1 over here. 1 here is like 5 and then 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. So this is 66. And then we can continue on, right? Let's continue on to 66. After 66, we have our next number. How often and when do I go live? Ooh, Riley, I go live pretty often. I go live morning, sometimes afternoon, and evening. And I go live pretty often. People wonder like if I'm on live 24. That's how often I am. Hello, Lazarus. Hello, Lazarus. I have yet to watch that movie. My kid wants to watch the movie. I'm about to learn then. Yes, you will learn. You will learn. Hello, Jeremiah. What's 30? Oh, yes, thank you. It is 35. I was like, are you telling me your age? It is. 1, 1, 1. So we have 3 10s and then a 5 over here. The top beat is a value of 5. So we have 35. Thank you, Jeremiah, for reminding me that I'm supposed to be talking about the abacus. I used to live in Japan. This is a nice review. Hello, Dan. That's fascinating. Yes, yes. I heard that they still use the abacus in Japan. They also heard that Korea uses the abacus, and Malaysia, and I know some people in Nigeria and Ghana, they're using the abacus too as well. They're able to get the franchise, so that's very interesting. And I'm hoping to be able to bring it to the Matrix. Thank you.
Welcome to the real world.
Thank you, Dan, for the rose. How to use the abacus? I don't know, Dalton. You keep asking, and this is what I'm doing. I'm showing you. Thank you, Jeremiah. It is 57. So the top bead is a value of 5, and the bottom bead is a value of 1. So we have the two top beads here, 5 and 5, right? That's what this is, 5 and 5, and then the two bottom beads, 1 and 1. So we have 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. Thank you, Jeremiah. Yeah, for showing. Yeah. So we have 57, and then we have our next number. So our next number, if we're looking, we have two columns. We're only using two columns. These are the two columns we're using. So this is going to be a two-column maze. So we have our tens and we have our ones. That's what the ones is. When we're looking, we would have the top beads of value of 5 and the bottom beads of value of 4. 1, 1, 1, 1. So we have 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. That's what that is. And so, there we go. Thank you. It is 29. So we have 20 and we have 9. Thank you, Lola. Thank you, Jeremiah. Yes, it is 20. It is 9. We have our next number, right? And then this one's easy. That's easy. What number is that? Thank you, Lola. It's 0. How easy is that? That's so easy. Yes, that is 0. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then that's 0, and then we have our next number. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we have our next number. We have our tens and we have our ones. What number do we have? Again, the top bead is a value of 5 and the bottom bead is a value of 1. So when you bring it together, this is 7. Thank you, Jeremiah, and then thank you, Lola. So this is 4. 1, 1, 1, 1. This is 47. 47. So we have a 4 and we have a 7. Every column is a place value. And the reason why we're here is because I have a label. That label tells me that this is the ones place. So when we're looking, right, this is just a 2-digit number, and we have this. We have our tens and we have our ones. What number do we think that is? Thank you, Jeremiah, for the share. Thank you so much for the share. Thank you, Lola. It is 62. So when we're looking, we have 60. 5 plus 1 is 6, and then 2. 1 and 1. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Lola. Yep. And so we have 62, and then we have our next number. This is our final one. Final one. So again, we have our tens and we have our ones. What number do we think that is? Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Yes, Lola. Yes, thank you. Yes, it is 63. Thank you, Melinda. 63. There we go. 60 and then 3. How are we doing? So that is my book. This is the... Thank you, Jeremiah, for the roses. Thank you, Jeremiah, for the roses. So this book is available... Oh, I didn't add any of my stores. Sorry. I forgot. So we have... This is what the 2-digit one. So let's do a little review. Let me do a flip through of what it is. Thank you, Jeremiah, for the roses. This is a 2-digit maze book, and this 2-digit maze book is talking about the tens and the ones. And this is probably really good for like kindergartners and first graders, maybe even second graders. The idea is to understand how to read the abacus and then what it is we just go through understanding what the numbers are, and that's what we did. So we picked a number, and notice I have a mask maze. This mask maze is to help cover the answers because the answers are all right here. Right? Since the answers are all right here, it's easy to see. So what I did was I would give you a mask maze. And the mask maze is actually part of the book, but you also have the option to download it so you can print it on a thicker piece of paper. Because the way the book is, I don't have... Oh, I guess I could do that now. Huh. All right. So, okay. Anyways. Excuse me. Okay. So that's to cover it up. And then sorry. I have a reverse maze. The reverse maze means that I give you the path, and then I give you, yeah, I'm okay. It's the air and my allergies, so there's a little tickle in my throat. Yeah, I get really bad allergies, especially when the wind picks up. Last week was horrible. Yeah. So this is the number, and the idea is to color in the abacus that's right here. So this is 29, and I color in the abacus. And that's what it is. That's all it is. See, this is 8, so the idea is that you're supposed to color in the number 8 over here. Do you have a humidifier? I do. I do. I do. I should be using that. Sorry for allergies. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll put the humidifier up again. Maybe I will put the humidifier. It's been a while. I haven't thought about it for a long time. That's a good idea. Thank you. I do appreciate that. So this is the mask maze. This is the maze, the abacus maze. And again, if there's a 2-digit, there's also a 3-digit, and then there's also a 4-digit. Can you multiply? Yeah, we can multiply. We can multiply and divide on the abacus. So this is a 3-digit maze. The 3-digit maze is available also in my TikTok shop, and we're going to go through that in a little bit. And then we can go into, I mean, there's only 13 of us. We can go into multiplication. I don't know how many people are still new. So, can you do some 4-digit? Okay, let's do some 4-digit. Oh, yeah. So the review for the 3-digit is here, right? So we can do a 4-digit as well. And then the same thing. The 3-digit is talking about the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. So let's do some 4-digit. You might do some protective exercises for your voice. It's not that, yeah, okay. I don't know if it's, for me, it's like a little tickle in the back of my throat. Being live, using your vocal cords even more. Yeah, it could be that. I could see that. But I think for me, it was more like the allergies. All right, so, there's the 4-digit one. Means of your library. I could see that. Okay, I see that what you're saying. Yeah, I don't think I have a problem with my vocal cords. I think it's just more like the tickle in the back of my throat, and that just signifies, honey ice pops are great for the tickle. Oh, okay, I'll have to take a look at that. So yes, we have 4,000. The tickle could be assigned that day. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Thank you, Tiny Wonders. Thank you, Lola. Thank you, Tiny Wonders. Like your voice is needing some rest. I could just go to sleep. I'm a singer. So 4,748. No, that's wrong. 4,748. That's what that is. So we have 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 4,700. 5 plus 2 is 7. 1, 1, 1, 1. There's 4 of them here, so this is 400, and then this is 8. 5, and then 3 is 8. So yes, 4,748. So what is our next number? I just hope you're okay. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And I've been trying to exercise and do more. It's just the tickle that always gets to me. So we have our thousands, our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Thank you, Jess, for the concern. And thank you, everybody, for the concern. Yeah. Thank you, Melinda, for the advice. And the humidifier, Lola. Okay. We have 1,000. Thank you. Honey is important. Oh, I see. Okay. I'll take a look at some honey. Local honey. That's a good idea. Thank you, Jess, for the roses. We have 1,620 and then 4. Did that make sense, Tiny Wonder? Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Lola. Yeah. I see, I see. So yeah, so we know that this is 1, and we know that this is 6, because the top beat is a value of 5, the bottom beat is a value of 1. Together, this makes 6. We have 2, and then this is 4. This is 20, and then this is 4. Yeah, local honey. That's very interesting. Okay, I'll have to take a look at the local honey. It makes sense, because, you know, wherever I am, you know, the bees will be here. So we have our next number. We have thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. What number do we think this is? We have our thousands. So this is a 4-digit number. With a 4-digit number, what we're doing is we're understanding how to read it, right? 7,000. We have 7,000, 0, right? 30, and then 4. Thank you, Lola. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Tiny Wonders. Yep. So we have 7,334. Here's a question for you guys. Okay, there's also been some requests. I think I'm going to do it. There's also been requests to make longer numbers. And I'm like, really? So what's the 2 right ones for? The 2, these ones right here, they're decimals. So if this is my ones right here, my label for my ones, this is my ones, my tens, right? And then between here is my decimal, my tenths, and my hundredths. Oh yes, thank you. It is 300, 0, 5. Yeah. Yep. Well done, Jeremiah. Well done. So yes, live courageously. Does that make sense? So yes, the other 2 is for the decimals. So that's what 305 is, and then we have our next number. We have our thousands, our tens, our thousands, our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Local honey gets the possible allergies in your... Yeah, I could see that. Oh, good. Not a problem. Thank you. Thank you, Lola. Thank you, Jeremiah. So we have 5,997. So all the top beads is a value. Do you still have fires out there? No, I think we're done with fires for now. I haven't heard anything for a while. It's been a couple of days. It's been a couple of, it's been about a month or so. Yeah, what really kicked it was the Santa Ana winds. We get the Santa Ana winds, so all the winds just kind of brush up everything, and that's when it gets really bad. So I think I'm just recovering from that too. So yes, thank you. It is 5,997. So what I'm saying is, notice that all the top beads is touching the horizontal bar. Because the top beads are touching the horizontal bar, all of these 5s are being counted. But this is different because there's 4 bottom beads, right? So this becomes 9. Again, 4 bottom beads, but then here is 2 bottom beads. So with the 2 bottom beads, this becomes 7. So we have 5,997. And then we have our next number. Hello, Frank. Hello, Frank. How's it going? Hello, Reaper. Thank you so much, Reaper, for the rose. Thank you so much for the rose, Reaper. We have our next number. We have our thousands, our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do we think that is? Thank you, Melinda. It is 1812. We have 18, 1, 8, 1, 2. 1,812. That's what that is. 1812. So we have 1812, and then we have our next number. Can we move to add 2 numbers? Sure, we could do that. We're all right with this? So we have our last one. Let's do our last one. We have our thousands, we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our ones. Thank you, Jeremiah. Yes, it is 2,598. Okay, shall we start working on some adding and subtracting? Are we okay with that? Okay. We will keep moving along. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. Okay, cool. So this was the one book. This was the 4-digit number. Yep, not a problem. Thank you for the comment. We will just keep on moving. So one of the things was we knew how to add and subtract the 5. Let's do a little review on that, on adding and subtracting the 5. So, oh, Melinda, I don't know if you know the new thing that I found how to talk about adding of the 5. Were you there for that? Or did I never I don't think I've ever touched on it. Keep the main moving. Yeah, I got to keep the train moving. Did I tell you about the new way I was talking? No. I yeah, I think we were stuck on recognizing the numbers. Okay. We're going to understand is we know how to move the beads. Okay, we're done with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to add the 4. Adding of the 4. Oh yeah, Jeremiah, you might like this one too. I don't know if you've been around since I'm talking about it differently. So we have 4 in the abacus. We have 4 in the abacus, right? We have 4 and then we have 4. That's what 4 is. And then we have another 4. We have another 4. So we have 4 plus 4. Now, in mainstream math, what do they do? What they do in mainstream math is they combine them together and they add it. So what they do is they count up. But in Abacus world, we don't do that. What we do in Abacus world is we understand a concept. We know how to make a 5. What we want to do is we want to round up to 5. Because we want to make a 5, because we want to round up to 5, we got to get this 1. So this 4, we want to make it 1. We want to add 1 to this 4 right here. But we got to find the 1 from somewhere. The 1 has to come from somewhere. Guess what? The 1 will come from the previous number. We got to give away this 1. We got to give it away. Because we give away this 1, it gets added to the bottom number, and now we've made a 5. That's what making a 5 is. Now we've made a 5. So all I got to do is add my 5. Why? Because what we did is we regrouped a little bit. We did a little bit of regrouping, right? So we could do it again. We could do it again. We have 3 on the abacus. We have 3 on the abacus. I have 4, right? There's my 4. What are we going to do? We're going to add the 4, but we're going to round this 4 up to 5. This is the second number. We're going to round this up to 5. To do that, we got to add 1. But the 1 has to come from somewhere. The 1 comes from the previous number. It takes away from the 3. Take it away from the 3. Take 1 away from the 3. Add it to the 4. I have now made a 5. Because I've made a 5, right? Now my answer is 7. So just like you do drifting, you go right to go left. We had to subtract in order to add.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense. Turn right to go left.
What do you think, Melinda? I thought it was pretty ingenious. We could do it again, right? We could do it again. Seems similar. Yes, it is. But you know what? This time we're actually making a 5. We're not subtracting to the 5. So here we have 2 on the abacus. We have 2 on the abacus. I want to have the 4, but notice I have no more room to add the 4 because you're also currently watching Cars 3. Yeah. So what we had to do is we're going to make this into a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the 1, right? Just like in our making of the 5, 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. We got to get the 1 from somewhere. So the 1 comes from the 2. So you have to minus the 1 from here. Minus the 1 from the 2, and it rounds this 4 up to 5. So that's why you can add the 5 like this. And so our answer is 6. Jeremiah, did that make sense for you? So what we're doing is we're learning how to make a 5, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing. We can do it again, right? We could do it again with the 1. So we have 1 on the abacus. We want to add the 4, right? We have 1 on the abacus. We want to add the 4. To add the 4, what do? We got to make this bottom number round up to 5. To round this one up to 5, we have to find a 1. The 1 comes from the previous number, and now we have made a 5. Plus the 5 minus the 1. That's the formula. The formula is still the same, but what I'm doing is I'm making a 5 out of it, so it'd be easier to understand. So when we're looking, we need to remember our pairs. We need to remember that 4 and 1 is a pair. We need to remember that, again, 1 and 4 is a pair, 3 and 2 and 2 and 3. These are all pairs. So when we're looking at the next one, so we have 3 on the abacus, right? I'm sorry, we're doing 4. 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3, right? There's my 4. I want to add the 3. When I add the 3, what do? Well, I want to make a 5. 4 plus 3 is equal to 5. I'm sorry, 4 plus 3. 3 has to go round up to 5. 3 has to round up to 5. To round up to 5, what do? We have to plus the 2. So we have to take away 2 from here, take away 2 from the 4, add it to my 3. I have now made a 5. So my final answer is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. My brain likes the old way a bit more. Really? I think it's the rhythms you used before. I see. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Yeah. Well, apparently Thunderstrike has never seen those kids that do this. If you've never seen the kids do this, then you don't know that that's what they're doing. They're actually doing abacus. Oh, thank you, Jess. This is cool. Yeah. And so, yeah, I do have the rhythm for the plus the 3 minus the 5, and it gets to that later on. But I think to explain what the concept is, I think that kind of makes sense. I think that kind of makes sense for some other people. But yeah, I don't know. It still works to have different ways is good. Yeah, I still use the pennies. So that has not gone away. So I have 4 on the abacus, right? I have 4 on the abacus. I want to add 3. To add the 3, I have a nickel. This nickel will be enough for this 3. But I give you too much. I gave you too much in the 3. This nickel, I gave you too much, but I can't break it. Because I can't break it, I got to take away 2. I need to take away 2. So my final answer becomes 7. 5, 6, and then there's 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. We can do it again on the abacus. We can add the 5, and then we take away the 2. So my final answer is 7. So this is one of the formulas. Plus the 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus the 2. It still works. I get it. Oh, good, Jess. I'm happy you get it. Jess person. Good. I'm happy. Yeah. And that's the one thing is just, it's right. It's a different way of thinking. And just I have to have the different ways of explaining the same concept. So here, what I did with cats in the tree. So the idea was the cats in the tree. If I have 3 on the abacus, I need to add another 3. But to add another 3, I don't have enough. I go to the cats in the tree and I grab 3 cats. But then 2 cats run away. So if I grab 3 cats, right, I go to the cat tree, 2 cats run away. So my final answer is 6. It is good. Yeah. Yeah. I think I was trying to use it because I've been using it. I've been using this analogy with the bricks when I talk about how to make a 10. So then you might be wondering, well, this is really simple. Yep, it is really simple. But you know what? It gets better if the number gets bigger. Well, that's a really big number, not the cat in the tree. So we have 1 on the abacus, right? 1,357. So when we're looking, we want to add this number. We can add 4,331. You could do a friendly number. It's up to you. But in Abacus world, we don't need to worry about that. What we need to do is understand, if I want to add the 4, what do? All I got to do is plus the 5 minus the 1. Right? We know how to do that because that's what one of the concepts were. Remember, one of the concepts was plus the 5 minus the 1. And then we want to add the 3. To add the 3, what do? We need to plus the 5 minus the 2. And then, do we have enough to add the 3? Yes. 1, 1, 1. There's my 3. Can I add a 1 here? Yes. Add another 1. So what is my final answer? Thank you, for real. I love your content. Thank you. I appreciate that. What is our number? What is our number? Thank you, Lizzie, for the follow. Thank you, For Real, for the follow. Thank you, Just Person, for the follow. Just having fun. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, you lost me now. 5,000, not 7, 688. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Silverback. Thank you, Reaper, for the rose. Thank you, Colleen, for the rose. So, Jess, you don't know are you confused because there's too many digits? That's the question. My bad, it's hard to see. Oh, sorry. Is it the numbers? So, okay, so let's do a little review. Yeah, thank you. So let's do a little review. What we're going to do is we're going to understand how to read the abacus. We're back to... Hold on. Over here. Okay. Every column. Okay, Melinda, thank you. No problem, no problem. Thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it and have that conversation, yeah? Have a good night. Oh, yeah, have a good night.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
All right, so we're going to, if we look, hard to see, what if you had more than 9? If you had more than 9, you'd be 10, right? This is 9, this is 10. So it doesn't matter. Redo, please. Okay, let me do a review on the thing. So we go, it works out, for example, what about carrying? Wait, I'm confused about left to right. Okay, wait. Carrying, we're not done. We're not at carrying yet. Because that's another concept. The concept is how to make a 10, right? That's what carrying is. Carrying and borrowing is how to make a 10. That's a separate concept. What I want to do is we go through phases, right? The first stage is understand how to read the abacus. The second stage is how to move the beads. The third stage is how to make a 5, right? How do you utilize a 5? The fourth stage is how do you carry over? Yep. And then the fifth stage is how do you Tetris your way through? The sixth stage is multiplication. So there's a lot of stages. But the thing is we got to take it one step at a time. We got to take it one step at a time. And so when you start moving all the way to like how to plus a 10, there's more to it. So I got to teach the first part before we go to the second part, before we go to the third part. So what we did is we understood how to read the abacus. So Jess, you know how to read the abacus, right? And then the second stage is we're going to go into understanding how to carry over, right? Thank you, Lizzie, for the roses. Okay, so you understand how to read the abacus. Okay, then I don't need to review that. It takes steps and time. It does. Real quick. What does it look like? What does what look like? Give me a number and I'll show you what the number is. Or I'll give you a number. 10. 10. Why? Because we have our 1s and our 10s. 1s, 10s. There's a label right here. This is my 1s. This is my 10s. So we have 1s, 10s, 100, thousands, 10,000s. We have 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. Does that make sense, Purple Heart? Real quick. So we have 3,456. Easy. So then what happens afterwards? We can do decimals. We have 73,456.25. 5. The top bead will always be 5 no matter what. So if this is 5, then we add the 1. This is 6. We add the 5. This is 7. Add the 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. So always pay attention to the top bead, right? If I did this, this would be 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. If I did this, right, this is 4. Add the 5, we have 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. So that's how you quickly read the abacus. Every column is representing. Every number is represented on each column. So there's always going to be, so we have 9. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? So we're done with this. This is what we call a how to make a 5, right? We understand how to make a 5. That is what we're doing. And then we're going to do the next one. The next one is how to make a 10. There we go. How to make a 10. For those of you that are interested, I do have this book available, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to learn how to make a 10. And I have all these books available in my TikTok shop. If you're interested, I do have a Abacus for Adult book in my TikTok shop. And what we do here is we do adding, subtracting, and it builds confidence and promotes critical thinking. These are my books. My name is Lynette. I've been teaching Abacus for about 20 years, and I have now been publishing books. So if you're interested, I do have a lot of what we're doing right now. So we talk about the mazes, we talk about the 2-digit numbers, the 3-digit numbers, where there's a reverse maze, adding, subtracting, and then we go into the plus the 5, we do minus the 5, we do plus the 10, and then we do minus the 10. And then after that, we do a little bit of multiplication, the idea of repeated addition. We do minus the 10, which is borrowing or regrouping. And then we start talking about the framework of the abacus. And then we talk about two-step. Two-step is also considered mixed formula in abacus world, but I call it a two-step because it's very similar to algebra. And then I give you all these activities. So these activities are help to strengthen the idea of how to add and subtract. And there's like the mazes, the hidden words, there's mosaic, there's the word ladder, and so forth. And then more color by number. There you go. So when we're looking, this is what I have. And if you're interested in the Abacus for Adults, it is more summary. It's more an encompassing of everything. And I do have answers in the back of the book. But if you're looking that you want to be a little bit slower pace, then I do have the individual concepts in the specific books. Right now, we're going to be working on this one. This one is we're going to be talking about how to make a 10. It's already in the book, but it's very the questions aren't it is not extensive, because if you notice, it's only like a few pages in this book, because I assume that you're going to be able to catch on, you understand the concept. But in this one, if you want more examples, it will be over here. And so when you're looking, I do break it down to each individual number. I explain how to read the abacus, and and then I give you activities. So we have the plus 8, and then we figure out, okay, how many times can we put minus the 8 or plus the 8, right? I give you color by number, and then we have the plus the 6, plus the 5. These are all activities, individual numbers, right? And so this is actually more broken out if you're looking for more practice. I have puzzles, again, and then you find the puzzle board, you find the puzzle pieces, there's the hidden words, and I do have mazes as well. So this is about only how to carry over. It is in this book here, but notice it's only like a few pages, because I assume that you're going to get it, and then you go forward to the next topic. So this is more of a summary. You get like maybe 1 or 2 activities for the plus 10s, but you get more activities towards the back of the book. So what we're doing is what I'm doing is I want you to understand the concept, and then towards the end, you can start doing like a 3-digit number or 4-digit number. No, 3-digit numbers, adding and subtracting. Yeah, or 2-digit numbers. So that's the idea. All right. So cool. Oh, thank you. Congratulations. Tap your screen. Take over there. Yeah. Just passing through. Just chat. Wish had her in the... Oh, hey. Oh, thank you, Chris. Oh, thank you, Crispy. Thank you so much for the rose. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Jess, so much for the roses. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So that's what this is. But what we're going to do is we're going to take it a little bit slower, and we're going to start looking at how to make a 10. So when we're looking, we're understanding the concept of how to carry over. So on the abacus, we have the concept is 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. 10 is how you carry over. 10 is what? 10 is a 1 over here. That's what 10 means, because there's a 0 here and there's a 1 over here. So when we're adding, let's say we have the question 9, right? We have 9 on the abacus. We have 9 on the abacus, and I want to add the 8. Well, remember when we add the 8, what do? If I have my beads, if I have my cubes, There is 9 right there. I want to add 8. To add the 8, I have no more room. But guess what? How do I make 10 out of the 8? To make 10 out of the 8, I have to get 2 from somewhere, right? 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. This is 8. I need to get 2 from somewhere. 2 has to come from my 9. So again, what we do is we give away, we know this concept. We're just doing it a different way. So what we're doing is we're building our concepts. We're using adjacent concepts and we're just building on top of it. So what it is we have 2. So we take away 2 from 9, take away 2 from 9. Oh, look, it's very familiar, right? And then we add it to the 8. We have now made it 10. So what we did is we had to do some modification.
You need modification. Modify. Modify.
So this is Abacus's way of regrouping, right? So what we do is we take what we have and we have to regroup it. So my final answer is 17. I have a 10 here and I have a 7 here. I have a 10 here and I have a 7 here. Thank you, Buff Bearded. Thank you so much. So when we're looking, we can do it again. If I have 8 on the abacus, I have 8 on the abacus. That's what I got, right? I have 8 on the abacus. I want to add another 8. There's no more room to add the 8. This is where the critical thinking happens because we don't have any more room to add the 8. This is where we do mental math. Well, what I do is I have to take away the 2 from the previous number and I add it to my 8. So I add the 10. This is what we call mental math because I could tell you, right? So we could do it again. 8 plus 8 is not, we don't want to memorize 8 plus 8 is 16. We don't want to memorize that. What we want to do is we want to understand how do you make an 8? How do you make this 8 a 10? To make this 8 a 10, what do? Minus the 2 from the previous 8 and then you add it to the second 8. I've now made a 10. I just need to show it on the abacus. So my final answer is 16. So when we're looking at it, that's how we carry over. We can do it again with the 7, right? With the 7. So what we're doing is we're carrying over and making a 10. We carry over. So we have 7 on the abacus, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, and 7. We want to add 8. Adding in the 8, there's not enough. What do? We got to take 2 away from here. The reason why is because we want to make the 8 a 10. We teach this concept to the kids to make a 10, right? But in abacus world, we get it from the previous number. So my final answer is 15. We have 5 plus 5, that's 10, and then 5, that's 15. Minus the 2 plus the 10. That's what I did. That is the formula that we need to memorize. We need to understand this concept. And we could do it again with the 4. So if I have 4 on the abacus, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to add 8, right? What I'm going to do is I want to make this a 10. To make this a 10, what do? I got to get 2 from somewhere. 2 comes from the 4. So 2 comes from the 4, and I make my 10. So we round up, right? We use this 2 to round up to 10. And I have my 10. My final answer is 12. Does that make sense? Now it gets better. Well, what if we had 4? What if we did it the other way? We did 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4. Well, in mainstream world, you go up and down. It doesn't matter. Just make whatever. No. In abacus world, there's a flow. You go from top down. You do not make the 10 at this 8 because where are you going to get the 2 from? What you do is you have to make the 4 the 10. What is the partner of 4? The partner of 4 is 6. Where do you get the 6 from? The 6 comes from the 8. So you take away from the 8, right? So I have 6 on the abacus. I take away from the 8 and I add it to the 4. And that makes my 10. So my final answer is 12. So you always go top down. The reason why you go top down is because you have a running total on your abacus. That's all it is. You have a running total on your abacus. Hold on. Hold, please. There you go. Does that make sense? So you keep a running total on the abacus. In mainstream math, they go up and down, but that's probably because they only have two numbers. But in abacus, you actually get a whole list of numbers. And so this whole list doesn't help you if you go up and down. Then you can start getting confusing. So like this, you don't go up and down, right? You don't do a subtraction. This is what I'm going to do. What the abacus does is it helps you have a flow. So we do the 9 first, and then we do plus the 6. Plus, I'm on this one here. Plus the 6 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 4, right? And then we have minus the 1. Well, remember minus the 1, we can't do it. We got to minus the 5 plus the 4. And then what do? We have to plus the 6 again. Well, plus the 6 plus the 10 minus the 4. My final answer is 20. So what we do on the abacus is you keep a running total. When you keep the running total, then the answer will reveal itself like magic. That's why you don't go up and down, because you'll forget what you've done. Even you'll just forget what you've done. So the idea is just to take one number at a time and keep the running total on the abacus. So even if we did this, we have 9 on the abacus, we want to take away the 5. Well, take away the 5, all I got to do is take away the 5. And then we have to plus the 8. Plus the 8 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 2. And then we do it again. Plus the 9. Not enough. What do? Plus the 10 minus the 1. So my final answer is 21. Thank you, Jaden, for the follow. Thank you, Buff Bearded, for the follow. So what we're doing is we're understanding how to use the abacus. And again, right, you keep a running total on the abacus. You don't just go up and down. You don't go up and down and just be whatever. There's systems, right? It's systematic. And the abacus provides that system. You could do a bunch of stuff with the bricks, but don't forget, the bricks are a little bit unorganized. That's why the abacus is superior to the bricks. The bricks are great to show you the one-to-one. The bricks are good to show you like quantity-wise, but representation, it doesn't tell you the place values. The abacus tells you the place values. So this is 71, right? That's a whole lot of bricks if I have to do that. And that would be really annoying. So, how are we doing? Does that make all sense, or did I lose anybody? Did I lose everybody? How are you doing, Don? I don't know if Don... Is it Don or Dan? Dan, how's it going? Reaper. Oh, Reaper. I forgot. I'm sorry. I was supposed to redo that. Yeah? Jess. All right. So let's go back to this one. This one was Reaper. I don't know. Reaper, are you still around? So we have our abacus, right? We have 1,357. We were supposed to redo that. Sorry, I forgot. So we want to add what? We're going to add 4, 3, 3, 1. We want to add the 4 here. To add the 4, what do? We have to do this. Plus the 4 is equal to what? There's no more room to add the 4. What do? Plus the 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus 1. So we do plus the 5 minus the 1. And then we do the 3. Is there enough to add the 3? No. Plus the 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus 2. So we plus the 5, take away the 2. So my final answer, no, I need to add the 3. 1, 1, 1. There's my 3. And then I add the 1 again. So I add the 1 to the 7. So my final answer is 5,688. Yeah, I think I've lost people. We're adding a... Hi, Nat! With you. Yes, we can actually multiply and divide on the abacus. Hello, Jinx. Yes, Nat, we can actually do multiplication and division on the abacus. We can do all of that. Hello, welcome. How do you multiply? Hello, Mr. Skittles. Can it be 6 minus 1? 6? Take away 1? Oh, I'm ready, Freddy. Hello, not why not lo lalo. Yeah, for the threes, 6 minus 1. How would you minus the 1, and why would you minus the 1? Where does the 6 come from? Because we have this. We don't do 6. We don't do 3 plus 3. We don't memorize that 3 plus 3 is 6. We don't memorize that. What we memorize is the what is the complements of 3 to make a 5, because it's the 5 that you need to use to round up to. So it's always going to be going up to the 5 or it goes up to the 10. Those are the two pillars that you go up to. Going up to 6 doesn't help because you can only do that one time. So, or you could do a 4, right? 4 plus, so like if it was 4 plus 2, do you go up to 6? You know what I mean? So that's an interesting concept, Reaper. But I wonder, like, can you go up to 6 on the 4? Does that make sense to you? Or do you go to 1? Because it would be, that's 5 plus 1 is 6. But how do you get to the 5 plus 1 is the question. You know what I mean? So we know, yeah. Terry Lynn, thank you so much for the comment. Thank you so much for the comment. I'm not sure if you're here to just comment or if you're here to actually learn. Yeah. So when we're looking, pay attention to the 3. We don't want to look at the answer. We don't focus on the result. We focus on the process. So that's the switch, right? We focus on the process. We don't focus on the result. Because the result's going to be different and it will show itself on the abacus anyways. So you don't spend extra time to figuring out what the result is. You figure out your time how to do this. Oh, I know math. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so good, Tara Lynn. I'm so happy you like math. I'm not sure why you're so judgy. Because there's many different ways to answer math. How do you do 2 digits multiplied by 2 digits, Mr. Skittle? So, like our question, we would do distributive property. That's what we would do. So, on the abacus, let me see if I can find a question. La la la. Let me find a nice question that doesn't take too. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So, we could do 46 times that by 53, right? Now what are we going to do? Well, in Abacus world, what we need to do is we need to figure out where our place values are. We're going to observe the situation. Observe the situation and then plan accordingly, right? We know that it's going to be a 4-digit number. That's what we know. We know it's going to be a 4-digit number. Does that make sense? How do I know it's a 4-digit number? Because I see there's 4 digits here. I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple. Easy to do, right? So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be somewhere in the thousands. Now what we do is we do distributive property. I don't teach FOIL. What I teach is distributive property. You take the 5 and you times it by 4. So 5 times 4 is what? What is 5 times 4? Now notice, I'm not saying 50 times 40. Thank you, Reaper. I'm not saying 50 times 40. The reason why is because my abacus tracks my place values. All I got to do is make sure that I know how to do 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. 2 and a 0. Okay? So I don't need to do this part because it can get confusing really quick. So we do it again. 5 times 6. Again, we do 5 times 6. What's 5 times 6? We are not going to do 50 times 6 because there's no multiplication table to do this. Thank you, Reaper. It is 30. It's a 3 and a 0. So we're done. Thank you, Mr. Skittles. Thank you, Flowers. So we're done with the 5. We're done with the 5. We're going to recount. We're going to recount. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we do our next one. 4 times 3. 4 times 3. What's 4 times 3? Again, we're not going to do 40 times 3. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do 120. We need to just do 12. 1, 2. Okay? Why? Because we don't need to write our place values on a piece of paper. We're using the abacus to hold our number. So what's our next number? We're going to do 3 times 6. 3 times 6. What is 3 times 6? Thank you, Object. It is 18. Thank you, Bean Boy. It is 1. It is 8. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Flower. Thank you, Bean Boy. Thank you, Reaper. So what is my final answer? Let me move that up a little bit. What is my final answer to the question? So what did we just do? We did distributive property. We can do it again. I could do it the other way. Thank you, Yules, for the follow. What's my answer? Thank you, Jess. 2,438. Thank you, Reaper. Almost. So when we're looking, it would be the same thing. If we did 4653, right? If we did it this way, well, we could do it like this, right? But what did we do? In mainstream world, we did this. We did this first because we know how much we're going to go. So this was actually going to be 2000, and then we did this, right? Then we did, what is it? 300, and then we did this, which was 120, and then we did this. And then we add it all up. That's what we did. But I didn't have to write this all out, right? So we could do it again, right? So 2,300, 120, and then 18. 1 and then 8. So what's the difference? I keep the total on my abacus. I don't need to write it out like this. That's the difference. Because in abacus world, it tracks our numbers. In mainstream, you have nothing to track your number. You just have like stuff, you just keep writing. So, right? We can do another way. Mainstream, it's funny. Mainstream is starting to do this way. Yeah, to make it horizontal. They're not doing this anymore. So there we go. Mr. Skittle. That's about multiplication. Whew. All right. Nico. Welcome, Nico. Thank you, Flowers. So that made sense? So, I mean, you could do multiplication on the abacus. Nat, did that make sense? I don't know if Nat's still here. But it's simple, right? Simple to use. But the thing is you just got to keep track of it on the abacus. That's why you have to understand how to move the beads. Once you understand how to move the beads, then everything is golden. But everybody always wants to go into multiplication, which is really interesting. I mean, we could do another one. I just got to curate the questions so it's not so difficult. I missed the multiply. Oh, okay. Okay. We will do it again. We're going to do the same question. We're going to do the same question. Ooh. Can you quickly tell the values of the beads? Yes. I think you should make people get you to 30K before you move on. You're right. You're right, Jess. Okay, Michael. You're right. We should get to 30K and then we'll go into it. So, if you guys can tap it out to 30K, we will continue on. Thank you, Jess, for the reminder. So, Dream 27, what we're looking at is we're looking at this dot right here. This dot tells, thank you, Jess. That dot tells me this is the ones place. Thank you, Reaper. So we have our ones. This is a 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. Anytime the beads are touching this horizontal bar, this is considered counted. So this is 4, right? 1, 1, 1, 1. 5 will always be the top bead. The 5 is the top bead, and then we have 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. And then we have 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. And then we have 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. So from here, we have 9. And then we have 10. 10 is a 1 and a 0. Does that make sense, Dream? So when we're looking, we have 11, we have 12, we have 13, 14, and then 15, 16, 17, that's 17, 18, 19, and then 20. Thank you, Lover and Hater, for the follow. That's a funny screen name. That's a funny username. Lover and Hater. That is a very smart username. Yeah. So that was the review. That's the review. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Mr. John Wick. I love your movies. Thank you. Thank you, Jess, for the sharing of the live. All right. Thank you. Oh, of course. Not a problem. Not a problem. It's a good little break. Hello, Lily. Thank you so much for the follow, Lily. So, yeah, it's been kind of amazing. And we're at 30K. Thank you. Thank you so much for the reminder. Thank you, Jess, for the reminder. I'm changing my name to Slide Roll Mike. That's awesome. What about the other marked out? Oh, that's a great one. Yo, Tappy. Yo, Tappy. So this is the ones. This is grouping, right? This is actually the thousands. So just like how we write, where's my paper? Just like how we write 3,456. 3,456. It's a lot easier to see with a comma, isn't it? As opposed to this, right? So when we're looking, that's why the dot's there, just to help us label where the comma is. And then we could do this one. We could do 73,456. Point, now we can do decimals. Point, 1, a 2, and a 5. 2 and a 5. So this would be 73,456.25. So that's what the marking is on the left, and that's why we have the two columns over here. So when we're looking, we have our tens, 10,000, thousands, hundreds, tens, ones, point, tenths, and then hundreds. All right. So we're gonna do some more. We're gonna do the same question. All right. Because it sounded like some people got a little bit lost. So we did 4 times 5 is equal to 3. We're going to do distributive property. Thank you, Dream, for the follow. We're doing multiplication on the abacus. We do distributive property. Distributive property. What is it? Distributive property means it is a math rule. Where is it? It's a math rule. Breaking the numbers into smaller pieces. We multiply the parts separately. So, thank you, Amar, for the follow. We know what? We're going to observe our question. Question that we need to understand is, we know we're going to be in the 4 digits because we can count all of our digits and it will be 4. This is a rule, and it always happens. This is the pattern. You look at your questions, it'll be 4 columns over. Yes, so it will be in the thousands. So our question is, hold please. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be in the thousands. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 5 times 4. 5 times 4. We're not going to do 50 times 40 because it's too big for my brain. This is too much for my brain. I don't like doing this. We're just going to keep it like this. So what's the answer to 5 times 4? Thank you, Michael. It is 20. So we add the 2, we add the 0. Thank you, Armando. Thank you, Amar. Thank you, BG, right? 2 and a 0, right? 2 and a 0. Notice I don't say 50 times 40, because if you notice on the Abacus, it already says 2,000 for me. So I don't need to worry about it. I just need to worry about my multiplication table. Our next one we're going to do is 5 times 6 is equal to, and again, we are not going to do 50 times 6. We don't need to know that it's going to be 300, right? Why? Because if we add the 3 here, oh look, 300. So right now we're at 23,000. We added these two together. Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the rose. Does that make sense? So Michael, does that make sense? We don't need to track our place values here. I'm going to change to a different color. We'll do purple. We are done with the 5. We got to recount. Just like in mainstream math, we have to recount. So in Abacus world, we recount. We move to one column. Yes, 1, 2, 3. We're going over here. Why? 1, 2, 3. We can recount it if you want. You could remember it or you can recount it. It's up to you. I like to recount because sometimes there's a 0 in here. And if there's a 0 in here, then that's going to mess you up. We could do that. We can do another one. So we have 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is equal to, thank you, Jess, for the rose. Is that Dracula? Thank you, Dracula, for the rose. Yes, 12. Thank you. So it's 12. We do a 1. We do a 2. See, that's how 12 is. 12. We're adding 12 to the Abacus. Add the 1, add the 2. We don't need to do 3 times 40. We don't need to do that to make it 120. We don't need to do that because it already does it for us on the Abacus. So our last one is going to be 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is what? Now no. We don't, yeah, we move one, yeah. 6 times 3 is 18, right? Add the 1, add the 8. Yes. What is our answer? Remember, we have our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So if you look, we have our beads touching this horizontal bar. Thank you, Michael. This is 2,000. This is 400. This is 30. And then this is 8. The top bead is a value of 5. So 5 plus 3 is 8. That's how we get this answer. So what we just did is we just did a bunch of multiplication table. We just did the whole multiplication table. And what we do is we continue to repeat the multiplication table because the Abacus will track our answers, our place values. So we don't need to worry our little heads about the zeros because the zeros add the extra bit of complication. And that's what I've noticed. So what we do is we really solidify our concept of the multiplication table. Does that make sense, Michael? And then we're done. So we could do it again, right? Hello, board. Yes, thank you. 1040. We could do it another one, right? Well, what happens if we did 406 times that by 503, right? I remember I have to remove when you multiply because it's a 2-digit number. It makes sense. Wait, I'm confused. How do you use an abacus? I should sleep, but I'm not sleeping yet. You should sleep because tomorrow's a school day. How do you use an abacus? What I just said. This is 1, this is 2, 1, 1. Okay, 4-digit rule. How about 10 times 10? Same thing, same thing. So 10 times 10, right? What happens? Well, 1 times 1 is equal to 1. 1 times 1 is equal to 1. 1 is a single digit. You got to make this into a double digit. You got to be a 0, 1, right? Why do you do that? Well, it's not a foreign concept. Just like 11:03, right? In time. This is a time, right? Let's say PM. 11:03. Or even if we did a 2-digit month and a 2-digit day. 01, 06, 04. This is not a foreign concept. We do it again with money. $2.05. $2.05. So we make this into a double digit. So we have that 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 times 1 is 1, right? That's it. 1 times 1 is 1. And so my final answer is 100. Does that make sense, Lily? So yeah, it would still be, that's how you get a 3-digit number. Yeah, because you're single, every time you get a single digit, you always got to make a double digit. That's the rule, right? The rule is make it a double digit when it's a single digit. Yeah, not a problem, Lily. All right, so Dracula, this is 1. You need 6 columns for the next problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're right. So I need to use the other abacus. So before I continue on, let's do a little review for Dracula. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5. You know, before we go to the next problem, can I get to... There's about 90 of us. Do you think we can get to 40,000? 40,000 likes before we get to the next problem. Live every day. Live every day, sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times a day. Today I've been on 3 times. This is my 3rd time, I believe. 1, 2, I think I've been on 3 times today. Tap your screens. Okay, so we'll do a review for Dracula, and if you guys can get me to 40,000, then we will go into the next question, which is this one where it comes to zeros. And I'm going to explain why we do it this way. So, thank you, Michael. Tap, 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 please. Tap, tap, tap to 40,000. The goal is 40,000 to get to our next... Oh, there we go. I could use my little thing. Ha, 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 ha. The goal is, yeah, take a little break from the lives and relax. Yes, thank you, Johnny boy. Yes, so we have 1, right? And 2. We have 3. We have 4. Dracula, does that make sense? So the value of 4 touches the horizontal bar. 1, 1, 1, 1. This is the horizontal bar. The horizontal bar tracks our numbers. And then we have 5. The top beat will always be 5. We have 5, and then we have 6. 5 plus 1 is 6, and then we have 7. Just like Roman numerals, we have 5 plus 2 is 7. And then we have 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. I have a nightlight. You got a nightlight? You know, you have to be careful with nightlights because I heard that would mess up your sleeping. Thank you, everybody, for the 40,000. If we can get to 40,000, we can get to the next question. So we have 5 plus 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then we have 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. And then you might be wondering, well, what happened to 10? 10 is a 1 and a 0. Where's the... Ah, that's cool. I can't sleep without... Oh, really? Thank you so much, Jess, for the roses. Thank you so much for the roses. So, we have our 1s, our 10s, our 100s, our 1000s, and our 10,000s. Thank you, everybody, so much for going up to 40,000. If we can get to 40,000, we will get to the next question. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I'm trying to get out to the FYP. That's what I'm trying to do. And so what I want to make sure that it happens, you know? So the idea is to get to the FYP. And the more that we can tap through, the more we can I could try to educate everybody how to use the abacus. Yes. I'm trying to find where my sound is. I don't know why they always do that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Hello, Machiavelli. You were on my FAF. Oh, there we go. Johnny boy, thank you so much. Yes, because people are liking the live and everybody's commenting. So I really appreciate that you came on. I love the live. Like the live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Hello, Machiavelli. Good evening. Good evening, Machiavelli. Don't worry, we got you. Oh, thank you so much. All right. Thank you, everybody, for the 40,000. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. This is a bigger abacus. Oh, let me take that out. So this is a bigger abacus. This is a 13-column abacus. It is a little bit bigger than the 7-column abacus. The 7-column abacus is great for a lot of things, but it also depends on what we're doing. So because we're doing a 6-digit number, we got to use a bigger abacus. So that's what this is. Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you, guys. I do appreciate it. So we're going to count this as my ones. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So then we do it again. We're going to do 5. Okay, board. So I want to do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 5 times 4 is equal to 20. So again, we are not going to worry about the hundreds, right? We're not going to see 500 plus times 400 is equal to 20,000. Because all we got to do is 2 and a 0. We're over here, right? And then we go 0 times 5. 0 times 5 is 0. We got to pay attention to the 0. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 is a single digit, so it becomes 0, 0. Right? Now we're here. 5 times 6. 5 times 6 is... Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Lily, for the share. 5 times 6 is... Thank you, Ray, for the follow. 30. 3 and a 0. 3 and a 0. Don't forget the zeros. We're done, right? So you could go back 1 or you can recount. Because 0 times 0 is 0, so you don't need to redo it. So I'm going to just cross that out. And then I can recount. Does that make sense? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're here. 4 times 3 is... Yes, it is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Thank you. It is 12. Add the 1, add the 2. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 is a single digit. You go back 1 column, add the 0. 6 times 3. 6 times 3. What is 6 times 3? Thank you, Johnny boy. What's 6 times 3? Thank you, board. 6 times 3 is 18. Add the 1, add the 8. So what is my number? Our number is 2, 0, 4, comma, 2, 1, 8. That is my final answer. The new goal is 50. Thank you, board. Yes, 204,218. So that's why I don't think about going back 1 column. What I do is I recount. That's the difference. I was trying to read it, but I wasn't doing it. Yeah, it's a little difficult, but if you could see the dots, I know that this is the thousands. So then I work my way out. So I know that this is 2, 0, 4,000. 2, 1, 8. Yeah. Hello, Robert. Hello, Robert. How's it going? Are you done with your live? How'd you do? You get a lot of people in your live. You get more people than I do. When I first started off, I had like 5 or 6 people. Thank you, Machiavelli. Yes, please, everyone, if you can just please like and follow and like and follow. There we go. And share the live. That's the one thing. If anybody's interested to check in, there's an orange heart me around where my forehead is. Go ahead and check in and click on that, and you get some engagement points to show TikTok that you're an actual real person. So thank you so much. And then that's how you get the different levels. If you notice that like Board has a level 15, and then Michael has 18, and then Reaper is 24. It's because they check into other people's lives and they level up themselves. So that's what this is. Heart me. Yes. Heart me. Right around here. The orange heart me. Yes. And so that's how you level up as a user on TikTok, is if you join the lives. And so if you like this, you're the only one to check into. I checked in earlier. Yeah, you can only check in once a day. Yeah, you can only check in once a day. So if I'm on 3 times a day, you can only do the one time. Yeah. So that's the difference between that. So, thank you everybody. Hey, the guy the Haitian. Ah, interesting. So, did that make sense? I don't know if Dracula is still here, but I was explaining what that was. And how are we doing? How we doing? Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Yes, thank you. Oh yeah, okay, great. Thank you, Guy the Haitian, for the follow. Yeah, it's all about curating the questions though, because you know the questions can get complicated really quick. Send your daily heart me, comment, and share. Yeah, is it? Yeah, yeah. I just finished my live. I only had 4 or 5 people when I started, and I randomly try at night. I guess I got lucky. Yeah, you know, that's what I've noticed too. Is the later it is, the more people I get, and I've been trying to play around with the different times as well. I know, and then if you ever look on your unfollow and follow, really that works? Huh? Interesting. Um, Yeah. Oh, so Robert, you also take a look at your analytics when you get a chance to take a look at your analytics to see like you can see how many people like your followers when are they on TikTok, and so that will help you when you want to go on. So like at a time for a long while, a lot of the people were on at like 3 in the morning for me. And so I've been trying to get on a little bit earlier. And I do get a fair amount of people in earlier because I hit the East Coast people. So like I'll try to get on like tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock my time. So I can try to get to the East Coast people. Yeah. But it is very interesting. What time is it? I am Pacific Standard Time. And so that's why it's a little bit of a hit and miss for me. Because I do feel that I have more people on the East Coast. Yeah. Right? Yeah, Jess is in the 2 a.m. right now. Yeah. Back I had to. Oh, yeah? Yeah, that's right. I gotta update mine too. I don't want to update it. I don't know. I'm kind of scared to update. But I wonder what's. We were supposed to like switch to a different platform, but I haven't heard anything. Anybody heard anything with the new platform? Good to know. I will have to take my look at my analytics. Yeah, take a look at your analytics just to see like what time the people will join and stuff. But I don't keep that as gold I don't keep it as a rule. I kind of keep it as a like a like a like a guideline. Yeah, no, I don't want to. I like yeah. Yeah, I like TikTok as well. But there was that whole politics of like we were supposed to go into something where the TikTok servers has to be on American soil. How do you find them? Good job. We're at 40,000. Thank you so much, everybody. How do you find them? It's in your analytics. So go to your TikTok studio. And if you go to your TikTok studio, you'll see the analytics and stuff. And just kind of play around with it a little bit. But yeah, keep it as a guideline, though. almost 50. I know, right, Michael? Like Audrey gets to 50 like excuse me, without any problems. For me, it's a little bit of a struggle because I think I don't like spend enough time to I don't spend enough time to do a little tapping party. Oh, yeah, this one will be easy. This one was one of my. So now, like, that's the thing, right? Like, oh, I gotta figure this out. I guess you have to ask live to like the live people. Yeah, I think that's what I gotta do. I gotta, because I think that's what it is people. I think the people that come on to my room, they're kind of brand new. I haven't yet. I haven't yet. I haven't yet. I was trying to figure out my classes. That's what I was doing. And then I was like figuring out my book. I will tonight because you know what? I am going to end the live in a little bit. And so I will watch it tonight. Yeah, that's for sure. I'll have time. And then I got to work on my class for tomorrow because I have a student for tomorrow. What are we doing tomorrow? That's an interesting one. Here, so I have my one student. We're gonna do a little bit of. We're gonna do a little bit. So, I'm starting to build out this one book, and so this was one of the things they had to do before she leaves. Ah, thank you. Let me know tomorrow what you think. Okay. So we talked about so this is what I did with the student where I was just getting them to practice their words as well because I think he's like in first grade. And so this was one of the activities that I had for him. And then I did the picture. So this was the picture and then we were supposed to figure that out. Okay, so I got to make another activity for him. I guess I'm going to make a word activity. So I got a bunch of word activities, which would be good. So something like this. So they can practice the verbs, right? What is the verb? So there's the jump, and then I got him to read, right? Jump, run, sleep, read. And then here is the answer. The answer is right here. So he has to find the answer right here in order to match it to the word. And I really like this one. And then he gets to practice reading practices reading as well as do math at the same time. Oh yeah! You're right, Machiavelli. You're right.
Gee, Ray, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Yes, Machiavelli. I'm trying to take over the world. And then and then bring in some like words. So I might even do something like this, which is the hidden sentence, which is also a nice one too, where I have like the different words and then this is a big apple. Look at the red apple. And so what I did is I have like the words in the boxes and he has to like figure out what those questions are. Yeah, I like this one too, the hidden sentence. And so I did a couple of them. And so I think I got to do is just got to send that out and then that would be it. So yeah, this is going to be my next book. This book will be for first graders, and then because the reason why is because we actually talk about the 2-digit numbers, and I wanted to get him to understand how to read that. Look at that! We got a 50K. Thank you. Let me go old. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. How do I look? Thank you. Oh yeah, my hair is white and everything. That's pretty awesome. That's really awesome. Good job, everybody. Good job. This is really crazy. You're not going to age. This is really crazy. They did really well. And my hair's all white and everything. That's pretty awesome. So I guess I got to make my things and then I'll make sure I have to send that out. So thank you everybody for joining. I am gonna cut it out. I'm gonna cut out the live. I've been on for a little bit and also I gotta get ready for class for tomorrow. So thank you everybody for joining. And then I will thank you. Oh good now. Yeah, get some sleep. Thank you so much, Jess. Thank you so much. Yes, board. It is 11 o'clock. Thank you. Yeah. So that's a little bit of have a good ride. Oh, thank you, Machiavelli. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah, that's the plan for the multiplication book. I guess I just gotta format it and not be scared. I'm just scared. Have a good night, Reaper. Hello, Mrs. JR. Mrs. JR, are you from Dallas? You know, like the soap opera? JR? Who killed JR? Mrs. JR? Thanks for doing the multiplication. Have a good night. Oh, from California. Oh, no, but I mean, like, the soap opera. The soap opera. JR? Like, who killed JR? Right? Wasn't it Dallas? Have a good night, board. There's no soap opera called California. Have a good night. No. Oh, hi. Okay. That's what I was thinking, Mrs. JR. Like, who killed JR? Like, that was back in the 80s, right? 80s or 90s. That was like a big thing. Who killed JR? Okay. I'm gonna stop. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone? Huh? Good. Oh my gosh, my cheeks are killing me. I can't keep smiling like this anymore. I am exhausted. I think I need a break. A little break? Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you all in my next live. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night. Raise all the trays. Bring the tea out in the upright positions. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.